Chambersburg on my way to the old jail. I am going to tour the old jail today and also, hopefully, the John Brown House that is also in Chambersburg.
Now, the jail has been here since for 152 years, and it operated as jail. It was built in 1818. It survived the burning of Chambersburg in 1864, when pretty much the whole town was burned down. The walls that you'll see are 30 to 34 inches thick, and you'll see this lock here and door. This is the original lock and door. The lock was made by a German lockmaker. And this key is kind of interesting. Not this particular key, but what you'll see when we walk outside to the sidewalk, there's a weather vane on top of the cupola that has keys that are crossed. Now the symbolism to that is that the warden indicates that the warden has the power to keep you, take away your freedom, or let you go. But what occurred after a while, the inmates started calling this the Cross Keys Hotel. So what that did was it kind of got into the citizenry, and they would say, hey, were you at the Cross Keys Hotel, or did you just get out of the Cross Keys Hotel, or are you going to the Cross Keys Hotel? So, yeah. So 1970 was the last year this actually operated as jail. So 152 years, that's a long time for this. And you'll see the different cells and stuff. And we have a dungeon that we're going to go down to and take a look at that. So. This is the yard for the male prisoners. You can see the walls are 20 feet high. And you also see what we have, the galleries. We're going into the new jail, 1880. And you can see this is pretty indicative of most of the jails at that time, and still to this day similar, in that it's 3 tiers. And the top tier was used for female prisoners if they had female prisoners. this is actually a fake fireplace. This was used behind it. You can't see it today, but it was used to hide runaway slaves when there was a slave catcher in the area.
Oh, wow.
And this part of the Underground Railroad, and it's a fake fireplace, I was saying, and they'd hide slaves if there was a slave catcher going. Because basically, it didn't matter whether you were on North of the Mason-Dixon line. If you were a slave, you could be captured and brought back to the owner because you were considered property.
After our tour of the old jail, we actually went down the street about 4 or 5 houses, and we went through the John Brown house. And what this is it is a boarding house that John Brown used when he was gathering his arms and making his plans to take Harper's Ferry. The house has been restored to the period that John Brown would have been there, and the house is interesting to see. It's just an old house. What I found most interesting was the video that they actually showed. There was a 10-minute video at the beginning, which actually gave quite a bit of information. The house was interesting. It was just a period house. Wasn't really anything fantastic. It was the video that made it all.
Now, when John Brown was here, this is where he would stay. And this is kind of the map from the trail from here going down into Harper's Ferry. Kind of what they were getting ready to do. But yeah, from what I was told, this would have been Mr. Brown's room.